Hi, I'm Michael Potter. How you doing? I do estate and retirement planning and have been doing it for a long time. And in today's discussion, we're going to start by looking at some specific retirement planning challenges that everybody faces and take a look at some ideas to overcome them. The first of these challenges, of course, is that people are living much longer than they used to. In fact, it's not uncommon today for someone who retires in their 60s to live into their mid 80s or 90s, 25 to 30 years longer in retirement. So that's one of the issues, and that's why we have to be so careful about not outliving our money. Now, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, and that's what this series is all about. The second challenge is, of course, how are we going to pay for retirement? It's a lot different than it was for our parents. Many of our parents grew up working for one or two companies that they earned a pension from for the rest of their lives. For baby boomers, that's not the situation. Many baby boomers have changed careers or jobs several times during their working years. So they're going to pay for retirement using personal savings, personal investments, Social Security to the extent that it still exists after 2018, and whatever they have put away in their IRA or 401k or similar retirement plan. That's what we're going to have. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Social Security situation. When Social Security was first set up, it was only expected to pay for about 3 or 4 years. Life expectancy at that time was about age 64 to 66, somewhere in that range. And people would get it at age 60, let's say, and they only had to pay out 3 or 4 years of benefits before most of the recipients had died. Today, people are living longer and longer, and the health of the Social Security system has been undermined, grossly undermined by the politicians who have borrowed from the Social Security Trust Fund years ago, only writing IOUs instead of paying the money back. In fact, by the year 2018, which is not very far away, Social Security will be paying out a lot more than what it's taking in. So we need to plan for that. The next challenge we have to face, like it or not, is that taxes are likely to go up at a point in time where your income is flat, or maybe you don't have the income you used to have, and taxes are going to take a bigger bite out of it. So what can we do to plan around it? That's part of what this series is all about. Now let's talk about the one that tends to sneak up on us, inflation. If you take an average $10,000 at an average 3% inflation over 30 years, that $10,000 is only going to be worth about $4,200. At a 5% inflation rate, the $10,000 is only going to be worth about $2,300 over 30 years. And at 7% average inflation, that same $10,000, I'm sorry to say, over a 30-year period is only going to be worth about $1,300. So we need to plan around the inflation problem, and I have a perfect way to do just that. Okay, now I'm going to share something with you that I know the stockbrokers don't want you to hear. So if there's a stockbroker in the room, or you've got a brother-in-law who's a stockbroker, send them out because they don't want you to hear this. But here's the truth. We had the greatest bull market in history in the stock market between December of 1989 for the next 20 years. Yes, we had our ups and downs, but basically, if you looked at that bull market in that 20-year period, the average the average was only about 3.5%. When you take out the ups and downs and average it out, that's pitiful. In fact, it's pathetic. So you need something that will protect you so that you can participate in the upside, right? But not lose anything when the markets go down and the markets generally are tanking. You want to be protected so you don't lose money, right? Then that's what this series is all about. So this is the first in our series of how to not outlive your money in retirement. It's important that we think about these challenges first so we can plan around them. And in our next segment in this series, we're going to begin to look at the solutions around each one of these problems. I know you have questions. I've given you a lot of information here as usual, but please feel free to get in touch with me. I'm attorney Michael Potter. I do estate and retirement planning, and I'm glad to help you. I look forward to getting your call or email. Get in touch. I look forward to hearing from you. See you next time.